Calaroga Shark Media.
I'm Johnny Mac, back from the beach. Some rainy weather in the Northeast, always good for productivity. Dave Chappelle was at the opening of the Obama Presidential Center. He said it felt like medicine, describing the event as a hopeful celebration of culture, laughter, and unity. Here's Dave.
It was like medicine for me because the times seemed so dark, and politics is like, I never wanted to know this much about anything, especially politics. But now, today was a celebration of culture and community.
Now, at the opening of the Obama Presidential Center, both David Letterman and Stephen Colbert showed up in tan suits. You may recall one of the great scandals of the Obama presidency was one time the president of the United States wore a tan suit, and people were just outraged. It was a major, major controversy. Times have changed. Here's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I thought that was very funny. And I think people long for the days where a scandal was as deep as the tan suit. It's gotten so much worse. But today also made me hopeful. And politics, sometimes life it's like weather. You just got to push through it, and eventually the clouds will break. Not to disparage the current president, but these are tough times, and today reminded me of times that weren't as tough. But we didn't even know they weren't as tough. I'm looking at Bush today like, man, I can't believe I used to not like that guy. And then I'm looking, you know what I mean? Now it's fun to see him smile. It was fun to see 4 ex-presidents together smiling, and it reminded us in the subtext that we all on the same team.
The current president just wear a tan suit just to see what happens. Speaking of American history, Chris Pratt is teaming up with presidential historian Doris Kearns Goodwin. Now, if you're not familiar with Doris Kearns Goodwin, if you like comedy, there's a good chance you like baseball. Remember the Ken Burns baseball documentary? Doris was all over that. That's Doris. These shorts will follow Chris Pratt as he attempts to share his passion for American history, only to discover that his grasp of the facts may not be quite as strong as his enthusiasm. Fortunately, Doris Kearns Goodwin serves as executive producer, editorial advisor, and on-screen authority, helping keep the lessons on track. The project has received funding from the U.S. Department of State's Office of Public Diplomacy and Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. Do you guys fund podcasts? Just asking for a friend. And is intended to inform and engage foreign publics about America through international media engagement, educational and cultural exchange programs, digital communications, and outreach conducted through U.S. embassies and consulates worldwide. I think we need to inform Europe of American comedy, don't you? The series was designed as a public diplomacy initiative intended to engage international audiences with America's constitutional values and history through modern digital storytelling. The still untitled Pratt Shorts. Pratt Shorts is just a funny phrase. The Pratt Shorts have been nicknamed a faster class for U.S. history, with each episode exploring a defining constitutional value through the story of a pivotal historical figure or happening, blending live action and animation. The Pratt Shorts pair Pratt's curiosity and humor with Goodwin's historical expertise and fact-checking to highlight America's founding ideals. That sounds fun. Have I mentioned on this show how disappointed I am in the lead up to USA 250? Because I'm ancient and I was around for the bicentennial. The bicentennial was awesome. There were like the Betsy Ross flags everywhere. Everything was painted red, white, and blue. And I think because I grew up in New York City, my experience was really influenced by Operation Sail. They had these tall ships come into New York Harbor, and with the ships came foreign sailors. So you'd walk around and you'd be like, oh, there's a bunch of sailors from Portugal or whatnot. It felt like a thing. And this one doesn't feel like a thing. And I remember 50 years ago as a kid being like, oh, I'll be around for the 250. That seems pretty cool. Fun fact on me, my life goal was to live to 107 to be around for the tricentennial, but I've now extended that because I'm greedy and I need the doctors to get on board. If I can make it to 109 years old and I don't move, I will be able to lay in my backyard and watch a total eclipse of the sun. So I want to make it to 109. I'm going to go out in the backyard. I'm just going to lay down, look at the eclipse, and just drift off like Jack did at the end of Lost. That would be a good life. Ricky Gervais has confirmed he will have another special with Netflix. He told Deadline, "This is my most personal show so far, and because both cancel culture and most people I know growing up are dead, I can really say what the F I want now. I'm not saying how much they're paying me this time, but I can say it's my favorite deal so far." Carlos Mencia has been charged with 12 felony tax counts. This was announced by the L.A. County District Attorney Nathan Hochman. Prosecutors allege that Carlos Mencia failed to file personal and corporate tax returns over a 6-year period and did not report about $8.7 million in income, resulting in more than $300,000 in unpaid state taxes. This is not the first controversy involving Carlos Mencia. Back in February of 2007, Joe Rogan accused Carlos Mencia of plagiarism on stage at the Comedy Store in L.A. Rogan nicknamed him Carlos Mencia, which is one of my favorite nicknames of all time. Rogan had alleged that Mencia stole material from George Lopez, Ari Shaffir, and Bobby Lee. Now, I met Carlos Mencia during my time at Sirius XM. By the way, does anybody else remember when Chappelle's show went sideways, they replaced it with Mind of Mencia? So, Carlos was pretty big there for a while. He got the post-Chappelle slot, basically oh, we don't have Chappelle anymore, how about this? So he was up there. But I remember, unless I'm totally misremembering, I remember around that time, Carlos admitted to being a joke stealer. And I just did a quick Google here. I'm seeing a clip from Vice TV. Carlos Mencia addresses joke stealing. Quote, I was driven by my competitive nature as a human being, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think I'm misremembering that. Rob Schneider's in the news because, of course, he is. Now, remember recently the San Francisco Giants had Pride Night and some of the baseball players did not want to wear the Pride caps? Rob Schneider went on Twitter and said he would pay fines for any player in any professional league who refuses to participate in what Rob Schneider calls woke leftist agendas. Schneider posted on Thursday, you signed a contract to play baseball. You didn't sign a contract to go against your deeply held Christian religious beliefs. Baseball is our national pastime, not drag queen story hour. In another post, Schneider wrote, quote, America's pastime isn't being gay, it's baseball, exclamation point. Ryan Hamilton has a special out on Netflix today. Now, we haven't heard from Ryan Hamilton in quite a while, and there was a reason. He explains. I'm not going to spoil it. This is a trailer, but it's a very different kind of trailer, and Ryan Hamilton will explain why we haven't heard from him in a while, and that'll take us into the break. Now, after the break, some of the funniest stuff that I have heard in a while. I was in tears. So here's Ryan Hamilton, then commercials, then make sure you stick around, okay?
January 1st of 2022, I was hit by a bus. It still feels weird to say. I have a new special, and a lot of this is in there. But what people always ask me is, what happened before? I was flying from Hawaii to LAX, and it was my first gig back after COVID. I was going to spend one night in LA before going home. Then I got an alert on my phone while I was walking through the airport that said I'd been exposed to COVID. Do you remember during COVID when you'd get an announcement on your phone and it would say, hey, you have a text message and possibly a disease? So I walked to the hotel, I took the test, it was positive, and now I'm in the hotel for 10 days. And my first day out is January 1. And if you recall, that's when this happened. I watched the ball drop, I ate an entire pizza, and then I walked to pick up a rental car. It was just a 10-minute walk, I thought, and then I can get out of here first thing in the morning. I was so happy. I came to an intersection, hit the button, watched the light turn, and started walking. I didn't see or hear anything. Then this just hit me.
Oh boy, we got to talk about Elmo, and we got to keep talking about the New York Knicks. I'm sorry I keep talking about the Knicks, but stay with me here. So you may recall, Elmo tried to both sides the Knicks game against the Spurs and said something like he just wanted both teams to have fun and that he's from New York City. And then people got upset because Elmo clearly lives on Sesame Street, which is clearly in New York City, and obviously Elmo should have been pulling for the Knicks. Well, Elmo made it clear he was not making the same mistake with Team USA. This is a real clip from the real Elmo social media accounts. Here's Elmo making it clear he's rooting for Team USA. But this isn't even the funny thing. Don't leave. But here's Elmo making it clear he's rooting for Team USA.
Just to be clear, Elmo wants Team USA to win, okay? But Elmo loves everybody. Just to be clear. Don't make this a thing.
Okay, now this next thing, this is actually, I think, the funniest thing of the year. This is like a week old. I had missed it. I caught it over the weekend. I was playing it in the yard for my wife, and oh my goodness, I was in tears. Jon Stewart commenting on Elmo rooting for both sides when Elmo should have been rooting for the Knicks. This is quite a long clip. It is very funny. I have scoped it down. It gets a little naughty at the end, but the naughtiness is visual. And since this is an audio podcast, we'll get away with it. But whatever you think is happening at the end of this clip, that's what's happening. Here's Jon Stewart with Elmo.
Abuse that's piling up online for Elmo after he tried to be neutral about the NBA Finals. A Sesame Street star posted, Elmo hopes both teams have fun.
You kidding me, Elmo? Today's Sesame Street is brought to you by the letter B for you're a bitch. Surely Elmo's fellow New Yorkers responded to his wavering with our trademark grace and understanding.
New Yorkers didn't like that. They unleashed some fury on him, blasting Elmo as a traitor, telling him to pick a side.
But to get his side of the story, well, let's welcome the Muppet at the center of all this, Elmo, everybody, Elmo. Elmo, you're a New Yorker. I'm a little surprised you're not all in on the Knicks.
Elmo can't help it. Elmo loves the Knicks, and Elmo loves the Spurs. Elmo wants both teams to have fun, try their hardest, and Elmo just wants them both to hit the over. Yay!
I'm sorry, did you just say hit the over?
Yeah, that's right, kids! The over! That's why the number of the day is plus 216.5! Yay! Of course, the number seems heavy, given that it's been a defensive series thus far. Yay!
Elmo, do you gamble?
No. This isn't a gamble. This is a lock. And Elmo needs it to come in because Elmo has been getting crushed by the unpredictable high school baseball scores. Yay!
You can bet high school baseball on these apps?
Oh, no. Elmo banned from the apps. That's why Elmo bets with Big Ricky. He lives in a part of Sesame Street Elmo had never been to before. Yay!
Elmo, this is stunning to me. This is shocking. You need help.
Yeah. Elmo do need help, Mr. John. Elmo especially need help from Josh Hart. Because Josh Hart averaged 12 points during the regular season on 51% shooting from the field, but less than 2 points in the finals, ruining Elmo's parlay.
You've got to get help. You're on a bad path.
No, Mr. John. Elmo just on an unlucky streak. Elmo turned this around. Elmo just need a sure thing, like a prop bet that can't go wrong, like, oh, is Mr. John going to the game tonight?
Well, actually, Elmo, I will be there tonight.
Huh. That's what Polymarket think, too. And now that everyone think Mr. John going to game, Elmo make big prop bet, and you miss game. Right, Mr. John? Help Elmo out of big jam. Yay! Thank you, Mr. John!
I'm sorry, Elmo. No fucking way. No way. I'm taking my son. We're going to the game. We wouldn't miss this for anything in the world.
Please! Oh, no, please. Please, Mr. John. Elmo can't go back to the streets. No. Oh, Mr. John. You can't make it. Elmo will do anything, Mr. John. Anything. Anything, Mr. John. Please, I can make you so happy.
Elmo, jeez.
And while we're at it, and possibly the last Knicks clip for quite a while, Triumph, the insult comic dog, was at the New York Knicks victory parade.
I'm here in New York City with thousands of elated New Yorkers from all walks of life, all here for one reason. None of them have jobs. Let's go, Knicks! Let's go, Knicks! Let's go, Knicks! Go, New York! Go, New York! Go! Go, New York! Go, New York! Go! I'm surrounded by B.O. I'm surrounded by B.O. Listen, baby, you know what my nickname at the dog park is?
Oh, what is it?
It's Jalen Brunson. Because I'm undersized, but I know how to finish at the hole. So, the old days, there was a ticker tape parade. They would have stock market ticker tape.
Yes, sir.
And then they don't use ticker tape anymore. So this year, they just shredded the Epstein file.
And that is your comedy news for today. Don't forget, it's June. You're sharing the show. Otherwise, I'm going to play Amy Schumer singing, and none of us want that, okay? So your phone's in your hand right now. Hit share and go, hey, dude, this is pretty funny. Check out the Jon Stewart clip towards the end. That's all you got to do, and I will see you tomorrow.